Hello and welcome back. So, we got some supports to go through and then continuing with story. Let's just do Dimitri's for the sec.
Your Highness, it falls to me once more to instruct you in the ways of battle. It does not befit a leader to fight on the front lines. I would ask that you refrain from such conduct in the future.
I've not had to weather your lectures in many a year, and here I thought you were avoiding me.
That is a separate matter. You have a duty to consider the value of your own life.
Your words ring true, of course. I admit I was a bit careless out there. However, I have always been a man who is good for nothing but war. To best support our cause, I must carve a path through the battlefield with my own hands. I truly believe that will lead us to victory. Why the dark expression, Gustav? Do my words trouble you so?
You remind me of your father. His Majesty once said the same thing more than a decade ago, during the Northern Campaign. In you, I see his manner and I hear his words. You grow more like him with each day's passing. And in you, I am reminded of my failure and my duty to him.
Jeez.
I do not wish to speak of that matter. As I said before, I feel no resentment toward you.
Even so, you have changed since that fateful day, Your Highness. Perhaps too much. I worry that in your pain, you have locked away your true feelings. Your passion is dulled, and your vigor faded.
You want to hear my true feelings, Gustav? Then let me ask you this. Why did you save my life that day? Why did you not allow me to die along with the others?
Ooh.
You truly wish to atone for your sins. Then take my life, here and now.
Oh,
You would ask me to perform the unthinkable.
okay.
You are the future of Fargus. Your kingdom needs you alive. That I was able to save you is my only sense of salvation. Your Highness, I repeat myself. Consider the value of your own life. If you continue risking all, be it on the battlefield or by issuing mad orders such as this, I will be forced to save you from yourself.
I see. So, you will continue to protect and serve me, will you? In that case, when I assume the throne, I will order you to work for me in the kingdom.
Your Highness, no, please.
My father would be happy to see such a day. Perhaps I will ask you to instruct me further in the ways of battle, when that time comes.
If I wish to atone for my sins, I must take your life? Deception has never been your strong suit, Dimitri.
Ooh.
Or do you think I cannot see? You must know I would take my own life before I let anyone harm you.
Should have put more stats in deception over persuasion. Oh, Catherine, A+. Let's go.
What's wrong, Dimitri? Your swordplay's oddly sluggish today.
Sorry.
If you were hungry, I'd get you something to eat. That's not the problem, though, it seems. It's not much fun fighting you when you're so far below your usual standards.
Do not worry. I will be myself again in a moment.
Are you worried about something? Tell me.
This war. Once it is over, I will have to go back to the capital, and you will remain here as a knight of Seros.
Yes, if we're both still alive.
When that happens, there will not be many chances for us to have these little duels of ours, will there?
I suppose not. Garrigmach and Ferdiad are quite far apart.
It will be hard to get by without them. I've grown very fond of these sessions.
Wow, you sure know how to draw out a conversation. Just say what's on your mind.
Please, return to the capital with me.
That's it? Return to the capital, just like that, with no explanation?
You were the one who told me to speak frankly.
Yes, I've also told you that I'm devoted to the Knights of Seros and wouldn't dream of leaving. It'd be one thing if you were asking me to return to my family. Why summon me to the capital?
Yeah.
I just want to be near you.
Huh?
Oh, please. Don't waste your romantic words on me. Save them for a girl you really like.
I was just saying what I felt.
Is that so?
Bruh.
I never imagined that brat with the silly haircut would try to woo me someday.
You still see me as that young prince?
You take yourself too seriously. But you're not selfish, even if you are a bit greedy with your sword. They do say you can tell who a person really is from the way they wield their sword. Maybe it's true. I'll think about coming back to the capital, okay? Someday. But as for now, don't you have something more important to worry about?
Yes, I do.
Stop getting distracted by trivialities. Focus on what actually matters. We'll have plenty of time to flirt when the war is over.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Dudu Gilbert.
Impressive that you made it back, Dudu. It was you who saved His Highness from prison.
Hmm.
We, all of us, thought you were dead.
My wounds were severe, but I managed. So long as I draw breath, I fight for His Highness.
Is that so?
But in my absence, you have protected him. Thank you, Gilbert, for returning to us.
Stop. I left once. I have wondered if I will be forced to leave once more after this battle is done.
Bruh.
Would
Come
you
on.
accept that? I imagine not.
Of course not.
You are still Gustav at heart, even now. I am not fit to replace you. Not yet. I still have a great deal more to learn. For now, all I can do is continue to be a shield for His Highness.
It is unlike you to be so talkative.
I could not be silent.
So long as you understand, I will leave the kingdom someday. It may not be until the day I die, but the time will come. This war. I'm a much older man than I was when it began. Sooner or later, someone must take my place. Do not try to carry the weight alone, Dudu. There are many talented and well-trained officers. Work together with them to assure our king's future. Do that, and when the time comes, I will rest well.
Thank you for the advice. However,
Yes?
it is too soon to treat you like an old man. You still have at least 10 years of service in you. Fargus, no. His Highness needs you. As do I. Save the old man talk for when you are truly senile.
A fair point. There's no reason to let old age make one timid.
Even as I work to surpass you, I still rely on you.
Is that so? Well then, we have more fighting ahead of us to do. We should get to it, for the future of Fargus.
Cool. I mean, was that there, Max? Yeah. Kind of sad they don't get any closer than that, but sure. Felix and Seth.
May I help you, Sereth?
Finally noticed me, I see. Good to see that you are so dedicated to your training.
Do you have need of my sword?
No, this is not a military matter. I would like to discuss the distance you seem to be keeping from the others.
Distance? I don't follow.
I have noticed that you like to keep others at arm's length, and in most cases, quite a bit further.
Keeping a close eye on me. They don't share my values, that's all.
Is that why you train alone? Because your friends do not share your values?
You seem displeased. I suppose you're going to tell me, to defeat your enemies, you must have dependable allies.
True.
That's not exactly how I would phrase it, but having good relationships with your allies is essential in combat. I am sure you realize that it is easier to bond with people when you interact with them more. There are limits to what one person can do alone. Great things cannot be achieved without allies.
sound like my father. You're saying it's in my own interest to make friends?
To put it simply, yes. As much as you possibly can. To be honest, I envy you, because I know what it is like to not have many people to call friends.
I wouldn't have guessed that. There are so many devout believers.
I am talking about friends. People to speak with on equal terms. You have many friends here. You should take care to attend to them.
I'll consider your advice, but I'm not usually one to change my mind.
To be young.
True. Okay.
Felix!
Chop.
You. What is it
Chop
now?
more.
Do not fret. I have not come to ask you to chop wood. I have other things to speak of with you.
Okay.
You said that for one to live, they must also be prepared to kill.
Mm-hmm.
This again. Yes, that's what I said. You still have a problem with that?
No, I do not have a problem with it at all. I simply want you to live too.
Oh, okay. Then I'll get back to my training.
Excuse me, I am not finished yet. During this time of war, you must wield your sword to ensure your own life. If that is the case, then it follows that we should bring an end to this war.
To end the war, you'd have to kill more people.
Perhaps that is true. But once all is said and done, there would no longer be a need to kill, only to live. Is that not so?
That's pure fantasy. But if it came to pass, there would be no place for me. What would I do? I was raised to swing a sword. That's all I know. In a world without strife, warriors like me would be lost souls. It's tragic in a way. We fight to bring peace, and then, if we achieve it, we lose our purpose.
I do not think that is anything you should worry yourself over. If the war ends and peace reigns, I shall be sure to have plenty of wood chopping for you to do.
What a generous offer.
And you will never be short on fruits and vegetables to chop for me either. If you felt like you lost your purpose in life, surely you would find a new purpose. It is not like you to be afraid of losing something after all.
I never thought about it, but maybe there is a path for me in peacetime. I'm intrigued. I might even like to realize this fantasy of yours.
Oh, that brings me such joy, Felix. Together, we can make this a reality. I can see it now. A life where you slice vegetables.
Nice
rather than
play
people.
indeed.
I will greatly enjoy the day when we inhabit a world like that.
Okay, Ash and Gilbert.
Is something the matter? Your heart does not seem to be in your training today.
I'm sorry. Something's been bothering me.
Idle thoughts do hinder training. Tell me what bothers you.
You were sworn to protect the royal family. But when we met 5 years ago, you weren't in the kingdom capital. You were in Garreg Mach. What could have made a great knight like you abandon his vow?
That is difficult to explain. You are aware of the tragedy of Dusker? When the king's party was massacred 9 years ago.
I am. It affected me too. My brother was suspected of being involved in the attack. And so the church, they...
Forgive me. That must be a difficult memory.
Why are you apologizing? It's not your fault.
I disagree. Had I been by His Majesty's side on that day where I was sworn to be...
Right, this is not a pro Annette stream. Yeah, guys, okay? We are not pro Annette, we are anti Annette. We do not get behind Annette. She is not our spokesperson. You are bad, Zara Chaotic, but welcome back. Thanks for coming back again. Appreciate you checking in. Hope you're good.
perhaps His Majesty would not have lost his life, and all would be different.
Is that why you left Fargus?
Yes, you may laugh, but I feel I was responsible for everything.
I would never laugh at something like that. But I do think you should have seen things through to the end. Even if you had to endure dishonor for a while, you could have restored your name. I'm sorry. That was inconsiderate of me. I got carried away by how much your situation resembles my own.
You were adopted by Lord Lonato, correct? I once told you that I wish to protect one thing other than my king. And that is my family. My wife and my daughter, both of whom I left behind in the kingdom.
Think you're about 5 years too late to protect Lord Lonato, but yeah, do that, Ash, okay?
Lord Lonato took up his sword for his son, even if that meant turning his back on the goddess. As a father, I cannot condemn Lord Lonato for raising an army. Yet, perhaps he too lost sight of what should be protected, just as I did.
I don't understand what you mean. What should Lonato have protected?
You, Ash, because you are also his son.
You're right. I think I know what I need to protect now. It's been staring me in the face all this time. I don't know why I couldn't see it. I'm Lonato's son. His pride and his wishes are my inheritance. Those are what I should protect.
I see. Ash, you will be an excellent knight.
It's too early to say that, but I'm willing to learn if you'll teach me.
It would be my pleasure to oversee the training of a new generation.
Well, that's a big X. Can we get X's in chat right now to doubt? Hanneman, Annette. Oh, the A. Let's finish it.
I'm so sorry for always taking up your time, Professor Hanneman.
Nonsense. I told you to come to me anytime you needed help. Nothing to be sorry about at all. So, what can I help you with today, Miss Annette?
Oh, the end of the cleaning arc. So many dusty books. Let's go.
Oh, nothing in particular.
Perhaps not related to your studies, but I sense something else troubles you.
You see right through me, Professor Hanneman. Okay, here goes. The truth is, I've been wondering what I'll do when the war finally comes to an end.
Gilbert had a long career as a knight. I imagine he would smile on his daughter following his lead. Your marks at both the School of Sorcery and the Military Academy were exceptional. You have many, many options. The only trouble I see for you is in picking which one to chase.
You've hit the nail on the head. There's so much I want to do. I feel completely lost.
Lost, hmm? It seems to me that you're just lacking in decisiveness.
Yeah, that's exactly it, sir. It's Gilbert. He's got a family, he's got a wife, he's got a kid. Maybe you should be like, hey guys, I need to have some time to myself right now. Just because, you know, I'm sure you probably heard, but there was a lot of stuff that went on in the capital in Fergiad or whatever it's called. Like, yeah, I was kind of involved with that and looking after the prince and the royals. Like, you know, because I assume I would have told you, being like head of the household, and be like, hey, this is what I'm up to. And now they're all dead, so, you know, just give me a minute and I'll come back. But no, he went hard. He went full, no, I have to abandon my family, my wife, my child. I can't speak to them until I've repented. Yeah, I mean, it's a video game. It's a video game. Let's not look too much into it. Let's go.
You think so?
For example, I've already been considering my own future once this war ends at last. I think I might leave Garrick Mach. I've spent a great deal of time researching crests, both in the Empire and at the monastery. Fodlan is large, with much to see and learn. It would be a shame to spend all my years in too few places.
But where will you go?
That's the question, isn't it? I've considered the School of Sorcery in Ferdiad. It would be good to get a new viewpoint on crest research. There are certainly discoveries to be made. However, new places are daunting. Yet, I'd have no complaints if I had a former student as an apprentice. Say, a former student who is brimming with curiosity, talented at magic,
Nah.
and as tidy as myself.
You don't mean me, do you?
I was merely expressing a possibility. It all depends on your own feelings and interests.
I have considered that it might be nice to be a professor like you. But I'm such a scatterbrain, and I make mistakes all the time. So I'm not confident I can manage.
Those are but minor side notes compared to your wonderful qualities, Miss Annette. You are serious in your studies and possessing of excellent character. You surpass even myself.
Do you really think so? Maybe I can do it after all.
I truly feel you could. Yes, you could accompany me to Ferdiad. I think that would be most splendid, don't you?
I feel like, with your guidance, I could excel anywhere.
First, though, we must put an end to this war. The future cannot begin until we achieve victory.
That's true. I'm gonna try my hardest to make sure that happens.
I know you will, Miss Annette. You have my full support.
The realist Joker, welcome in. Hanneman being the dad Annette wanted for years. True. But Hanneman, bruh. Zara says he's only half right. I think Annette might accidentally trip whilst giving a lecture. Yes. As long as Annette doesn't get on any chairs, to dust any shelves, accidentally falls, hits the table, breaks her neck and dies. Terrible shame. But Hanneman, come on, Linhart or Lysithea or Marianne? And you going for Annette? No, bro. That ain't it. That ain't it.
Did you want something, Professor Hanneman?
Ah, Lysithea. Thank you for coming. First, I ask that you allow me to apologize. I fear I hurt you with my insensitive words. I have failed you, not as a researcher, but as a human being.
I'm the one who should apologize. I'm sorry for being rude to you. Anyway, I'll keep going along with your research. I have to be on my way now.
Please, Lysithea, a moment more. I did not call you here simply to apologize.
So, I mean, that's the logical step, isn't it? Have you never seen, like, any movies or TV shows where it's like House or, I don't know why that really weird TV show where the guy was like 1,000 years old. Ewan Griffith, the Welsh actor who kept dying and getting reincarnated. But yeah, no, this is par for the course. Like, you become one of Hanneman's underlings, you're gonna die. Easy as that. It's no RE.
exquisite subject for my crest research. Why? Because there are no records of any other person ever having borne 2 crests.
Correct.
We cannot say anything for certain about the makeup of your body. Therefore, it seems hasty to conclude that overcoming your shortened lifespan is an impossible feat.
What is it you're implying?
Lysithea, what is my field of study?
Crestology, of course.
Indeed, and the goal of my field is to unravel every single mystery crests might conceal. Someday, I even hope to devise a means to bestow a crest upon any who desires one.
Why would you want to do such a thing?
Because I despise this world in which the presence or absence of a crest can determine a person's worth.
Oh.
However, if artificially implanting a crest causes too great a toll on the subject, it would be useless. As such, reducing the strain of crests on the human body is one of my research goals. Understanding how to implant a crest might also lead to the knowledge of how to remove them, yes?
Do you think removing a crest could mean that they won't suffer from its effects any longer?
What I am trying to tell you is, the question of whether your lifespan can be restored is entirely within the scope of my research.
Could you really do that?
It is difficult to say for sure, but as long as the possibility exists, I will continue to seek it. Lysithea, let me ask you once more. Will you assist me in my research?
Professor Hanneman, I think I'm the one who should be asking for your help, really. Anyway, I'm sick of a crest determining a person's worth, too.
Ah, is that right? Perhaps you would even like to begin studying crestology yourself. I think you would make a fantastic apprentice. A life devoted to research is a noble life, you know.
If you do manage to restore my lifespan, I'd certainly think about it.
I will hold you to those words. Ah, I see a fine future ahead of us.
Yeah, so Lysithea, do you mind being a test subject whilst me and Annette just examine your body? You're not included in this, no. But you're probably fine with that, right? Okay. Lysithea. Catherine.
Lysithea, do you have a moment?
Yeah, just give her cupcakes or sweets, and Lysithea's all in.
I do. What do you need to speak with me about?
I was thinking about the time we talked about our crests bringing bad weather.
Yes. We never did get to test that theory, since I haven't found any sun-bringing folks.
Joking aside, each crest is unique in how it impacts the bearer's life. I've seen more than my share of crest bearers, after all. Some of them bore crests of Karen like us. Some even bore crests of Gloucester.
Certainly, but I don't see your point.
I'm not a crest scholar. I don't know all the details. I have a knack for guessing a person's crest just by looking at them. Forgive me, but do you have 2 crests?
Ooh.
Well?
You don't have to tell me. I mean, it shouldn't even be possible to bear 2 crests. So if you do have 2, you must be sitting on some major secrets.
It's nice to know that someone understands.
Of course. Everyone has things they would rather not talk about. For all you know, Catherine's not my real name. Maybe I'm an outlaw on the run from my homeland.
That can't be true, can it? Stop messing
Hmm.
I was kidding, though who knows? Maybe there is some truth in it. My point is, no matter what secrets we're keeping, I'm still me.
Quick, lie
I'm
more.
still you.
Lysithea, just shove loads of cakes in her mouth. Shut her up. Stop her asking any more questions. It'll be fine.
I do worry a little about you. You never seem to let your guard down around other people. That can't be easy. You know, it's important for you to relax once in a while.
I don't even know the meaning of the word.
That's easy. Just gab with your friends about something pointless, and the stress will fade away. I'm always happy to chat, if you're interested.
Well, thank you. Why are you being so kind to me anyway?
I just feel a certain kinship with you. We both have crests of Karen, and we both have secrets we can't share with anyone.
I see. I will say I'm happy to have someone around who actually seems to understand me.
Good. You can feel comfortable with me. Since we have the same crest, we're basically sisters.
Aw, I really like that. Someone as wonderful as you is my big sister.
Well, don't you just say the cutest things. That's my little sister for you.
Oh, bunch of bloody cuties, you. Please tell me that's not the end. That is the end. No, why is there no A? Oh, okay. Hilda, sure.
Oh, it's Sedith. I'd better slip away before he...
Ah, I see you are indulging in a bit of reading. You are fond of books, I take it?
Isn't this one of the dorms? How are you gonna slip out of your room without Seth seeing you?
Yes, reading's one of my favorite pastimes. I was just finishing up, actually, so I think I'll...
That is most fortuitous.
Fortuitous? How do you figure?
Come with me. I have a story to share with you. Once upon a time, deep in the cold mountains, there lived a lazy fox and an industrious squirrel. The squirrel worked tirelessly all day long, while the fox did nothing but lounge around and play. When autumn came, the squirrel hurriedly gathered up acorns for the winter. But the fox continued to play without a care. A biting winter fell upon the land. The mountains, caked in snow, concealed all nourishment from sight. The hungry fox went to the squirrel's dwelling, but the squirrel had locked up tight and gone to sleep. Every so often, the squirrel would wake, enjoy a nibble of an acorn, and then return to an easy slumber. The fox, on the other hand, with nowhere else to turn, was forced to scrounge for food in the bitter cold of the forest. Forlorn and hungry, he wandered in solitude all through the winter, until spring came once more. And so it is to this very day that foxes are denied the comforts of hibernation.
Ah, I really learned something about foxes. I read lots of fairy tales like that when I was little. But the lazy fox and the industrious squirrel, huh? That one I don't think I've heard before.
That is not surprising, considering I wrote it.
Oh, you wrote it?
I did.
Kind of weird.
When Flane was young, she loved fairy tales more than anything. I would read them to her often. This one, however, is a more recent creation. I wrote it for the benefit of the children in the monastery. So, what do you think? I'm curious to hear what sort of impression it made on you.
It's so cute!
You found it to be cute?
I can just see it now. You writing fairy tales for your little sister. That's just the cutest thing. Honestly, to me, you usually come across as stern and overly perceptive. But now I know you have a sweet side, too. I feel like I'm seeing you in a whole new light.
That is not what I was hoping to hear.
Hilda is pretty smart for a girl who hates responsibility or chores. I guess. I mean, you should have seen me in school. I was an absolute demon. Yeah, anytime there was homework, I would always figure out something some excuse to be like, oh, no, I mean, okay, don't age me, but this back in the day of floppy disks, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I saved it on my computer, but I don't have the floppy disk, so I can't print it off. I was gonna print it off this morning and hand it in, but no. Yikes, I know, right? No, we won't end. We need to go green ass. Hello. We'll harvest. No fruit. Okay. I think we just go vegetable seeds. Mm-hmm. How are we doing on time? Halfway through this episode. So, oh, we got me and Lawrence.
Well met, Professor. I trust that you have not had any complaints about me lately.
Huh? Trust you've not had any complaints about me? I haven't. Should I be worried?
Do you find it concerning that I've ceased making advances toward the ladies? I've decided that it would be inappropriate for me to continue my search for a spouse while we are at war. I expect that means you will not be receiving any more complaints. I hope that puts you more at ease. Actually, the introspection I've gained setting aside my search has motivated me to amend my conduct.
Finally admitting your past conduct was a problem.
Not the phrasing I'd choose, but you're not wrong. Selfishly pursuing my own desires caused me to behave inconsiderately. For instance, it was arrogant and rude to invite ladies to dine with me purely to evaluate them.
Yep.
Our experiences in battle have also given me cause to doubt certain preconceptions I once held. Previously, I had considered it a requirement for my future spouse to come from a noble line. I once thought that commoners lacked the power to influence the wider world, as history might suggest. To find a commoner who made a real impact, one has to look all the way back to Nemesis.
I like Lawrence. I enjoy calling him out. Yeah, no. I think Lawrence and Ferdinand, they both have the Lord arc, and both, I mean, well, I say both of them. There's a lot of people in this game who have the sort of, oh, I'm a D-bag, nobody should like me. But then once you get to know them and their, what's it called? Their sort of reasoning behind their logic, behind their reasoning, it's real good. And nobody in this game is a bad guy. Like, they all have reasons for being the way they are. And once you get to know them and they open up a bit, and once they grow a bit as people, and their real character comes out, I think that's great. I think that's the probably best thing about Three Houses, is everybody grows as a character and you get to see that in real time through the conversations they have with you and other people. It's amazing.
That was my belief at any rate. But I realized that I've actually had an influential commoner right in front of me all along.
Who?
Don't you see? I'm referring to you. You may wield the power of a crest, but you are so much more than just that.
You have managed to charm everyone around you, to compel them to trust and follow you. Though you may not realize it, that is no mean feat. It is altering the course of history in Fodlan. Your example puts my prior beliefs to shame.
Bad answers. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
I appreciate the kind words. I have always sought to embody the ideal of nobility. That, at least, is a goal I continue to stand by. But now I know that bloodline alone is not sufficient to gauge a person's worth. I've learned much of this from you. You are humble and open-minded, despite your power and skill. That is why I, at least, find you so charismatic. Perhaps that is the wrong way to say it. What I mean is that you set an admirable example. I can only hope someday to be your equal. Of course, you had better keep an eye on me, because I can achieve anything I set out to do. For I am none other than the handsome and talented Lawrence Hellman Gloucester.
Oh. We're done? We're done. Okay, so food, Dimitri. Okay, let's say. What you say? Dimitri Flane, I'm thinking. Maybe Ash as a backup. Dimitri just hates everything. Okay, there we go. Ho 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 ho.
This is nearly as delicious as Mother's cooking. I would happily eat this every day.
Oh, this takes me back.
Okay. I enjoy the unique conversations. Oh, that was easy. Let's do that. Oh.
What is the matter? Is something weighing on your mind again? It is freezing out here. You should be bundled up in your warm bed.
Listen, Dimitri. The truth is, I am afraid of sleeping.
Afraid of it? Why?
I am afraid that when I close my eyes, I shall fall into a very deep sleep. One from which I cannot wake up. For years upon years. Then, when I finally awaken, everyone I know and love will be long gone, vanished with the sands of time. I am sure it seems silly, but try as I might, I cannot shake this fear.
I cannot quite grasp what you are describing, but I can promise you one thing. No matter how many years go by, I will always remember you.
I appreciate the sentiment. Even so, one day...
Listen carefully, Flane. There is something I have been wanting to tell you.
Oh? What is that?
You know that dish you made the other day? It was so sweet, it made my tongue go numb.
I am not so sure that is a good thing.
Well, I could only really taste the first bite, so I may have been imagining it.
I missed that, Zara. Who are you referring to?
But still, I was so happy. That moment will always put a smile on my face whenever I remember it. I could never forget you, Flane. I promise.
Lawrence is talented in making tea and wooing the women folk. Because I'm pretty sure if it was... I was going to say 2012. No, what are we? 2024. I'm pretty sure if it was 2024, Lawrence would refer to women as women folk and be like, yeah, I've got this, so many women folk on Tinder have matched with me. I said I like chamomile tea, long walks on the beach, and yeah, I'm him. I'm him, boys. I'm in.
Besides, we have fought side by side. We are friends. I am sure all of the others would say the same. Is something the matter?
You really do not pick up on subtle cues, do you?
Cues?
Well, it is all a part of your charm, I suppose. With you here, I finally feel I can sleep without having to worry at all.
Hey, wait! I did not mean for you to fall asleep right here.
Someday you appreciate food.
Flame... she is hopeless.
Well, Dimitri, just so you're aware, right now I appreciate food. So, if you want to, if no, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. Maybe when I'm not recording. Support. No. Specials. Felix for Darius. Did I max Felix? Felix and wow. All blue lines, hey Felix? Okay, let's go teachers. We're doing a teacher run. Okay, Seth and Felix. Let's have a look actually. Seth and Ingrid. Hilda. Maybe, yeah, Hilda. Ingrid, Hilda, Felix, Catherine. Okay, so set a thing there. Nope. Oh, Seth. Who did I say? Ingrid, Hilda, Ingrid. Okay.
I appreciate any good meal, but nothing beats enjoying my favorite food.
The flavor is nostalgic to me for some reason.
Cool. Still got Felix. Okay, Felix. Or maybe Sylvain. Sylvain, Annette, Bernadette. Oh, they're not all blue lines. It's just because we're post time skip. Felix, Bernie, Dorothea, Lysithia. Bernie, Dorothea, Lysithia. Why? Okay, Felix, Lysithia. Let's go.
That looks appetizing.
Okay, generic. Cool. Thanks. Okay, Gilbert, Catherine, right? Gilbert. Fuck. Okay. Oh, only Gilbert Dimitri. Interesting. Dimitri, do you like food? Apparently not. Okay, we got Gil. Oh, I've done Dimitri already. Right, who's left? Teachers. Gilbert. Right, Catherine, Shamir, Cyril. Catherine, Shamir, Cyril. Catherine. Okay, we got Ash. Caspar, I've been grinding. Right, Caspar or Ash? Caspar, there we go. Okay.
I can eat so much of this stuff.
Eating.
Yep, no unique conversations. No supports, really? Okay, we're doing a teacher run. Who of the teachers, or whom of the teachers? Seeing, Cyril, Ash, or Petra? I'm gonna say Ash, yeah. Ash, Petra. Ash. Petra. Okay, here we go.
This is so good. Can I have
I would be
Sure.
liking that greatly.
I should do more sports. Petra and me. Okay. Okay, girl. Wait. I mean, no, we just A. We don't S. There's no S's in this stream. Okay, I think now we skip. Maybe let's do a doo-doo. Doo-doo. We done Ash. Doo-doo Annette. Again, oh, Doo-doo Shamir? Controversial? Okay. Here we go.
I like seeing a table full of my favorite dishes.
I like this.
Okay, so I think now we support. Yeah. Oh. Just the one. Okay, and we'll go. Let's go dining hall. Okay, stables. And then we cut down Seth. Yes.
Professor, please do not be concerned. I I just did too much overworking and lost my strength.
Annie, are you okay?
Yes, I have no problems. Accept my apology for giving you worry. I have sorrow. I am sorry to be fainting at a time like this. Even though I was not asking for your care and attention, you gave it willingly.
Stop pushing yourself so hard.
Will you have a listen to me? There is something that I must be saying. I am thinking you already have knowledge of why I came to Fodlan. Not for studying, but as a hostage for the Empire. So that Bridget would not be rebelling anymore. It feels like a knife against my throat. That I am making my grandfather obey the Empire. If I were running away from the Empire, then Bridget would be defeated. I am not having any options. To be living, I must be fighting to win.
True.
For Bridget to be living, the Empire needs to be crushed. So I must be crushing the Empire. That is what my people are wanting from me. And what my grandfather, the King of Bridget, is wanting.
Yeah, but what do you want?
My want? I am not knowing of that. The wants of my people are something I have power to achieve. Their wants are my own.
Only you can know what you want.
What I really want... I have understanding. Wait, no, I actually do not have understanding. Yet. What I am understanding is that there is something I am not understanding. Before the war is over, I will have understanding. That you can be counting on.
Okay. I think we just finish for today. I'm gonna auto. Okay. I'm gonna auto, and then we got a big session next session. We've got paralogue, and then story. So, YouTube, hope you liked and enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers, and